Hello everyone and welcome to Mystic Moonstone's slightly late weekly angel card reading. The duration for this reading is the 27th of April through to the 3rd, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's the 3rd of May. I can't believe how quick this year's going even though we're in lockdown. Oh, and I just realised I've brought, I've done alright, okay, not thinking straight. When I'm in pain I never think straight. So yeah, it's going quick. Now what I want to say before I do this, and I never ever do this, but I want to shout out to Karen Toolan and I want to say happy lockdown birthday. As a lot of you know, she helps me run the healing page, our sister page. She's also a carer who goes out in the community, and we all know how hard they're having it, and she's got a lockdown birthday on that really special magical day of the 1st of May. So I want to give out a big shout and a big happy birthday to Karen. She didn't know I was going to do that. Okay, first card I have is Archangel Chamuel. This is the beginning of the week, so it's today, and it's the card of Serenity. Archangel Chamuel is the angel who comes in and helps us to get that little bit of peace. He's supposed to be the angel who came around Christ in the Garden of Agony and just helped him to get a sense of peace from maybe his darkest time. And you know, I think for a lot of us that's quite apt right now, because a lot of us, you know, I talk to people and some days they feel really good and really high and they're really enjoying this kind of being off the hamster wheel, so to speak, and being indoors, being on lockdown, one thing and another. And then other days they feel really down, really isolated, really, you know, on their own, cut adrift, everything else. So everybody's emotions seem to be going up and down, and everybody has their own little worries, their own little problems, little things that you don't even think about until they sort of come out, and then you realise, oh, I can't just go and do this. Something you would normally go and do, like me with my tooth, you just can't go and do it. So, you know, so there's a lot of things like that, and you know, and it does affect us, and I think we all need to know that it's all right sometimes. Honour yourself, you know, to feel down. You don't have to put a positive face all the time on everything, you know, and you don't have to go around with this mask on, you know. Be yourself, you know, and know there will be good times and there'll be bad times. And we have come to life, okay? So, you know, when the come to life card comes up, it's about you finding something that kind of brings you to life, puts a bit of colour into your life. So, you know, whatever interest you've got, this is the time to do it, you know. I know somebody recently said to me they was having trouble with their mediumship. Yeah, you know, if your energy's down, then it's really, really hard to make that connection. And it's really, you know, you'd have to be a robot not to be affected by everything right now. If you hear scratching, that's not spirit, that's Bella who's been locked out. Midweek we have Archangel Jophiel and we have the card of joy. Okay, so some lovely joy coming in. I don't know what form that'll be different for everybody. It may be that you get, I don't know, FaceTime with someone, a message from someone, it may be a gift comes through, it may be you just get a lovely message of joy has come through, some really good, a really positive announcement coming in midweek that just fills you with joy. Archangel Jophiel is the angel of clarity, so it may be that the clarity brought to a situation just makes you feel joyous. Let's have a look and see what the influence card. I'm using the Sacred Rebel deck, so let's have a look. That could be quite interesting. And we have Pandora's Gift. Oh, now that's interesting, because when we think about Pandora, normally we think about Pandora in a negative way. You know, Pandora's box, you know, the I don't want to say it, but it's supposed to be plagues in it and everything else, isn't there? But that's just, in a way, that's symbolic, because we've been taught sometimes not to explore deeper, to know our place, not to go out after further knowledge. You know, somebody who's raised Catholic, I'm kind of, I understand that doctrine, you know. And I always wanted to know more. I always had questions. I would always be told off at school for asking questions, especially in RE, you know, but it was like, it was quite, I learnt not to ask questions quite young. And, you know, and with the Pandora's box, it's a little bit like, you know, the old saying, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. And sometimes, you know, with this Pandora's box, Pandora's gift, the gift is actually the knowledge. Maybe there's something you didn't want to delve into. Maybe there was something that you thought you'd rather not know, because remember, it's come under clarity. So you kind of think to yourself, well, that's Pandora's box. I don't want to go into that. I don't want to know what it is. It's probably better if I don't know. But once you know the truth, whether it's good, bad, positive, negative, it doesn't matter. Then you can deal with it. You can only deal with something when you know what it is. So leaving something boxed up, leaving a resentment enclosed in something, anything, you know, whether it's a fear of confrontation, whether it's not wanting to know the truth because you don't want that rejection, whatever it is, when you do that, then you are creating a Pandora box in your life. And sometimes the only way to feel that joy is to open that box, delve in, take out that gift of knowledge, because knowledge gives you strength, knowledge gives you power. Okay, so let's look. I just love that card. There's something about it. It's like taking off the mask. I'll pick it up again when I do the when I do the recap, and then I'll explain a little bit more about that card because I do like it. And we have Archangel Uriel coming in the end of the week. You can see how much I use my cards. And it's a card of trust. So trust in your angels, trust that the light is coming back into your life, trust that they know the bigger picture, trust that they will help you to climb that personal mountain, whatever it is for you. These cards are working really well today. I have got them right, haven't I? Yeah, they've gone so well together. I can't believe it. I love it when this happens. Faith in the process. Okay, again, that's another way of saying having trust. Have trust in us. You know, if you look, she's almost saying a prayer, and it's like a bird is waiting to sort of give wings to that prayer and just take it. You know, and it's have faith. So you're being asked to have both trust and faith. Have trust and faith in the bigger picture. Know that things are happening for a reason. Know that your loved ones in spirit are watching over you. Know that your angels are with you. Okay, so they're really positive cards that are coming in. Have that trust, have that faith, but most of all, have trust and faith in yourself as well. Okay, you can do this. We can get through this. We will come through it. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick recap because my jaw really is sore when I talk. Sorry about that. We have Archangel Chamuel, the angel who's trying to bring a little bit of peace to a situation, peace of mind, that kind of just trying to bring comfort in, really. And you have the card come to life, and if you look at this card, it's all very grey. She looks very down, she looks very lonely, and and it's like she's painting colour back into her life, and and that's the thing that we have to do. We have to find something. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to fill every minute of every day, because we don't. Sometimes quiet time's nice. It might just be sitting out in the garden listening to the birds. It might be just laying back in the bath and bubble bath and maybe putting a face mask on. I don't know. It may be somebody said they was crocheting, so crochet something, make something. There's nothing more satisfying than making something. Somebody else I know does wonderful cakes, so do that baking. Whatever it is that brings life to you, whatever kind of restores that sense of balance and gives you that kind of, when it's not a chore, but it's actually a pleasure. That's what you're looking for. So this isn't a chore that you have to get something done. It's not that you have to have a shower before you go out somewhere, or you have to bake something because you need it for dinner. This is doing something that you actually want to do, something where you lose track of everything else and you just go into yourself and that happy place, okay, and that sense of peace, that serenity. Then midweek we have Archangel Jophiel. As I said, she is the angel who brings in clarity. She's known for around, just coming out of this kind of time of year, because we're now kind of in the summer, aren't we? It's hard to believe because it kind of feels like we blinked and the spring went, but she's more associated to the spring, early part of summer, I would say. But she brings in clarity. So this may be something that you've been asking for questions, been asking answers for, going back to the spring. That's why I'm bringing in the spring, because the spring really feels like it's significant here. Okay, so watch for those clarity. It may be clarity to do with a job. It may be clarity to do with a relationship, or something that you've just been sending out there and you've wanted answers, but it's joyful. Okay, it's that dolphin leaping for joy, doing that achievement. It's joyful. Okay, and the orange in there, if you notice, when we think of a dolphin, we normally think of them in a blue sea, but this is orange. Orange links in with your sacral chakra, so this is about your passion. Again, we're looking at what is your passion, your sense of identity. Okay, so that's really important. It's going into the self. Then we have Pandora's box. Now, I said I'd say a little bit more about this again. You notice she's got the orange hair. basically she's taken off a mask. And quite often we go through life without even realising it, wearing masks. And sometimes we only show masks to the people that we're most closest to. We only take our masks off, and show our true selves to the people we're most closest to. So that's one of the things. And sometimes it takes real courage to do that. And sometimes it takes real courage. The Pandora box can actually be yourself, and to dive into yourself to see what it is that actually makes you who you are. And to portray your true self to others can be one of the hardest things to do. Now I was actually looking at it, so there's all these kind of, you can't read these, but they look like words, and they're all in kind of really strange kind of, almost they look like ancient symbols. There's no way I can read any of them. But they look mystical, they look magical, they look like knowledge that's maybe just beyond the grasp. And I think the more you were to study them, the more you would make sense of them. And that's the same sometimes with things in our life. Sometimes something seems so hard to fathom, so hard to work out why. And when you think about it, we're in the grips of a pandemic, and it's really, you can sit there and you think, why has this happened? And I see so many people want answers on that. Has this happened because I need to sort out this in my life, or so and so needs to sort out something in their life, or to fix the ozone layer, or to do this or to do that? And sometimes we'll never know the answers, and that's something that we have to accept as well. But sometimes, if we just look closer and closer to ourselves, this pandemic is happening to everybody. It's not happened just because of you. It's not something that, has been kind of put on in the world so you can sort your life out. But how great if you can take a negative and turn it into a positive and sort your life out for you. So it works for you. So you go into your Pandora's box and you get your gift. Okay, and your gift is knowledge, and knowledge of yourself and wisdom, and how you're going to use this. I mean, you've been through the toughest boot camp, whatever it is, whether you're still working, if you're working, like I mentioned Karen at the beginning, in caring, or in the NHS, or, I want to give so much thanks to all the people that work in our shops, and, they're there day in, day out, and, they're keeping us fed, aren't they? And they're giving us something, and look at the work they're putting in, the extra work of sanitising trolleys and baskets and things, and I think they need a big shout out as well. I kind of feel with this, it's about just fixing with who you are, knowing, that, so you could be one of those people, and the key workers, that's what I was saying there, sorry I lost my track there, but you could be a key worker and you've gone through an awful time in the last few weeks, or you could be somebody at home, really isolated, and again, it's like a boot camp, and it's like finding out what you're capable of, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and you can use that, to actually benefit the rest of your life. Okay, so that's your Pandora's box. Don't be afraid to delve into it. Then we go to the end of the week. Mel's going to tell me off for waffling. Go to the end of the week, we have the card of trust. Archangel Uriel, he's the light of God. He's bringing the light of God. He's bringing that light into where there is darkness. But he's also the angel of wisdom and knowledge. And that's where I think all these cards are kind of going. And it's about actually allowing yourself the calmness in the beginning to actually allow the wisdom, the knowledge to come in that you can then apply to your life. Faith in the process, okay? I was going to say faith in the system. Faith in whatever is around you, really, but it is that faith. It's faith that knowing we will come through this, faith that there is a process. Everything passes. The worst storm passes. Our darkest day passes. Everything, if you think about anything, it passes. It becomes, you might not forget some things, you might not forget some people, you might not forget some pain. But it kind of passes, it passes into a place that you can actually deal with it. Okay, so have faith in yourself, have faith in the process, and have faith in your angels. And if you do that, we will pass through this. And hopefully next week I'll get the video done in time. That's what I'm going to have faith in. With that, I'm going to say love and laughter to you all. Okay, stay safe, stay home if you can, stay strong if you can't, if you are one of those key workers. Right, we love you and we love everything that you're doing. Bye.